we are going to move on to users can delete their account. All right, so just a quick note before we get started. All right, if you are planning out a project where you'll have users that are interacting with each other, okay, then when you do the delete account button and all of the associated actions, you're going to want to look into a soft delete, okay? Because once users start interacting with each other, you'll have things in your database tables that are reliant on other users' comments or actions. And so when you delete a user, you're going to end up having an error message from your database. And then if you do end up going through and deleting every single thing related, then you are going to end up having issues with what you're showing on the UI or what other users can view. So if you have users interacting now or in the future, you want to do a soft delete where you just change the username or any identifying information to deleted and then maybe a timestamp, okay? Otherwise, you can do a full delete, okay? So we are going to actually do the full delete because I do not have plans for my application to have users interacting at this time. I can change the way the delete functionality works if I do end up adding that. All right, so we're creating a delete button on the profile page. We already did that, so we're going to just mark that as done. All right, create an on-click function that deletes the JWT token from local storage and sends a request to the delete user route on the API and clears the user information stored on the front end. Create delete user route, and then the function that does what it needs to do. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and we don't need to be on index, we don't need to reset password. Let's go ahead and start at the auth controller. So we are going to want to do a post request. And we are going to want to say delete user. All right, we will want this guarded because we only want the user to be able to delete themselves, okay? So let's change the name of this function here to delete user. All right, and then we are going to want to scroll up and get the request. All right, and then we are going to want to get this too, so we can get the user ID, okay? So yep, we're going to go ahead and type in return this .auth service .delete user, and then we're going to paste in rec.user.sub, okay, which is going to be the user ID of the person who owns that token. All right, so let's go and add that function to the user service. So async delete user will have an ID, which is going to be a number. All right, and then we're going to do return await this user service and we're going to do delete user, and then we're going to pass in the ID. That doesn't exist yet, so we're going to go ahead and now head to the user service. And we're going to add async delete user, and we're going to pass in an ID, which is going to be a number, and then we're going to return await this user repository delete, and then we are going to delete the ID. All right, I have a typo here with number. All right, nice. Okay, so that is going to use the auth guard to get the ID from the JWT. then we are going to pass the user ID of the JWT to the delete user function, which then will pass the ID to the delete user function, the user service, which then will delete the user based on their ID from the repository. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our profile page here, and we want to on click, let's go ahead and say delete account, which doesn't exist, so we're going to error for a second. But then we can go ahead and do const delete account equals. All right, and so then we are going to do our Axios request. So let's go ahead and find a good Axios request to use. Use this one. Import Axios. All right, we don't actually need to post anything. And we want to do it to auth/delete user. All right, but we need to add our token in. So let's go to here where we can find the header with the token. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do comma. All right, and then we need to get the token from local storage here. All right, so we have the token. We then are going to send the token to the delete user function, and then we are going to do two things. We are going to do local storage dot remove item token, and we are going to console.log the response. All right. I'm not sure. We did a lot right then, so I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we can give it a try. So I'm going to click delete account. All right. No errors, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and take a look at the response object, affected 1. All right, that is also a good sign. And then I'm going to go ahead and refresh my page, and my user is gone. Okay, so now if I refresh this page, I should get an error. Okay, so we should remove it from the token from local storage, and then we should navigate to the sign up page, and we should say success, your account has been deleted. Okay, that's if it works. All right, if it doesn't work, let's go ahead and go down that path. We are going to console.log the error, and we are going to do an error toast instead. And then we're going to say there was an error deleting your account. Please try again. Okay. So now we have no account. All right. So we're gonna have to sign up to do it all over again. Okay. So I'm going to sign up as, I'll sign up as Mickey Mouse this time. And we're going to say calliestoscup@gmail.com, just in case I actually need to email myself the reset password. Then we're going to do Mickey Mouse, do password, another password, submit. All right, now we are on our profile page. Let's go to our account details here, and we are going to click delete account. Success, your account has been deleted, and I got redirected to create an account. Let's go ahead and look at our database, and there's nothing in our database. All right, so let's take a look. We have the on-click function. All right, it clears the JWT, so we shouldn't be able to do anything else. and I created the delete user route and the delete user function. All right. We might have to go back in the future once we add projects, features, user stories, and tasks, and make sure the delete command does all of those nested objects as well, but we can't really test that until we have that. So we can go ahead and skip right over in progress and go all the way to done. Because we are now finished with user account maintenance. Users can now edit their account details, reset their password, and delete their account. So I'm going to go to my to-do list main, and I am going to pull user account maintenance over to the done. And yes, project setup should already be done, but I still need to set up my readmes on my GitHub. I'm being a little lazy. All right, have a good night.